I don't see a reason why you should be nervous at all.
I see plenty.
Can't think of anything. So, to begin with, welcome back, Rock Crusher. I no longer have to choose the wrong things for character to do. He didn't die, so congratulations. But
It's
he's
good to
a,
be back, Claire.
yeah, of course. He's asleep right now. He had a little bit of a boo boo, but he's getting a long rest, so he should be fine. For everyone else, just to reiterate a little bit of what has happened previously, you all went to the Solitaire Ball. While there, you talked a bit, you danced a bit, you went to go deal with the shipment and were successful in killing it. But then you found out that there was a second part to the shipment, so to speak, when Blackjack was shot dead after his toast, creating a very confusing all out brawl, or I guess I should say massacre, in this ball, with people turning into other people, attacking each other for no apparent reason, not listening to anyone speak. Though thankfully, our party members, along with Cadence and Ace, were able to escape. Cadence took you all to her sort of home, a little hideout away from the rest of the city. And while everyone is resting and recovering, Otto finally confronted Elena, resulting in her death. So, we are going to start.
Question, totally not off topic. Was he shot in the head or in the chest?
Blackjack?
Yeah,
He was shot in the head.
I knew it.
you're right.
You got domed.
We had a whole thing about it earlier.
I for some reason remembered it being in the chest, and then I remembered it being in the head, and I was just like, I mean, I don't know. So you're here, and I'm like, oh, I gotta ask you. Apparently,
Yes.
I was wrong.
He
I'll say
was shot in the head and then fell backwards. Then people started charging at each other. So, RIP, a real one. A few real ones last session. Speaking of a real one, we're going to start with Otto. Otto, it's been
Why
a...
did my taste blood?
No, it's okay. You go ahead.
Don't mind me.
Jesus. Who invited this guy? Anyways,
Damn.
you...
This guy.
It's been a little bit since Elena's unfortunate demise. You spoke a little bit with Quinn. What are you up to in your little room?
I imagine Otto is just tightening up the room, and every so really quickly wants to check over Elena's body to see what she has. More like to see if she has something like a journal, anything she
her
wrote
pockets.
with, and just seeing what she has.
You see that roll an investigation to see how deeply you can search and scan her.
Okay. One moment. Standing beyond is being mean. Doesn't want to load dice. You said investigation?
Yes, sir.
Alright. Investigation, that's intimidation. Not what we want. That is a 24.
Okay. On her person, you see that her armor seems to be some sort of heavy-duty armor that you need to be very specially trained in order to use. Her weapon is of similar variety to Rock Crusher's, not nearly as powerful, but definitely some sort of slightly magical battle axe. She has a Ace of Clubs card on her person, though there is nothing written on it. She has about 5 gold pieces on her. She has a potion of greater healing, but she does not seem to have a journal, any notes, any letters, anything of note that you're looking for.
Okay. Well, the greater potion and those golds are mine now.
Shit, okay. Stealing from the dead now, I see.
Hey, I respected her wishes and killed her. I think this is called payment.
Damn.
It's a twisted way of looking at it, but sure.
You're one to talk.
I am.
You have nowhere to talk.
Well, I'm claiming the armor and the battle axe.
You don't even know she's dead, so you stay out of this.
Well,
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Damn. Yeah, not
And-
only are you
I'm
asleep,
like-
it's in a different plane of existence, technically.
Yeah, for real.
I'm stating my claim to them now.
You can't claim shit. Anyways,
But you can't even lift it.
says who?
Is that 12 strength score?
It's still possible. I don't have like a -5 in strength now. Jesus.
I'm joking.
Hey. This is getting
Ain't
really
that serious,
aggressive.
bro.
You're what? You know what? It's fine. Anyways, after checking over Elena, probably making sure she, because if I remember last time, Otto made sure that Elena looked like she was peacefully resting because Otto had put a bandana over their neck.
Mm-hmm.
So it was probably making sure she still looks pretty together. We're still respecting her dead body as best they can after, technically robbing her for 2 things, but
Semantics.
still, yeah, semantics here and there. Still leaving her that stuff, and probably is going to start cleaning the room around you. It's probably spotless, but we're just out of a nervous tick. Not very concerned. And it's just processing everything between Elena's talk, Quinn's talk, and just everything being just everywhere. I was just trying to mentally pull themselves together
Mm-hmm.
and figure out what they're going to do next.
Do a little R&B, or R&R. R&B. A little rest and relaxation.
Sure, try and relax, even though they're kind of panicking. But
Yeah. Rest and cleaning. R&C. How about that?
resting. Perfect.
Okay. If there's nothing else for Otto, we will move out of Otto's room and to a sleeping dragon on a few cushions. Rock Crusher. In the middle of the night, you still get your long rest, but in the middle of the night, you wake up for a slight moment. You don't know exactly why, it's just your body wanting you to. The light rain outside keeps you stable. The pittering sound on the top of the hideout calms you slightly while you heal from your wounds from the day. But the sound of rain slowly turns into something else. Something much more hoarse, like grains of sand. In the corner of your eye, you see something that matches the sound outside. A river of sand washing its way through the walls to where you're sleeping. And from this wave of sand comes something much more solid, something much more humanoid, though it lacks the features of a normal person. Hi there, Rocky. Can I call you that? Are we at that level yet?
If I say no, you're not going to stop, though, are you?
You know me so well. Well, unfortunately for you, Club is dead.
So I hear.
And, from the looks of your hands, it doesn't seem like you were the one to do it.
Was it stipulated that I needed to be the one to kill her, or was it just that they needed to die?
Well, in writing...
I don't think we ever put that in writing.
You see that he tries to pull something out from his back, but then as soon as you say that, it pops out of existence. It's always nice working with someone that doesn't take my games at face value. They're just more boring that way. Fine.
Sorry to disappoint.
I'll go back to an old reliable for this one. The game was to kill the club, and it definitely happened. And I still appreciate the work that you did before it happened, so I'll let you off the hook for this prophecy. How about that? Wasn't that so nice of me? Oh, I'm such a good person.
Start charity work.
Eh. It's been a pleasure
else?
working with you, Rock Crusher. And just know
Yep.
that it is a shame for your friend, I think's death. So, if you can manage to find a way to save Maverick, then you can use that same way to save Krista, without selling your soul like your friends.
Okay. Well, I mean, if I don't think Maverick wanted to come back.
Never know. Tell that to Bryce. Sure he'd appreciate it.
Where is Bryce?
Oh, he'd do something else for me. I have this issue with my cat shitting everywhere around the house, and I needed someone to pick up all of the shit that he tracks around, so he's doing a bit of housework for me right now.
Got like a room. Have you seen those videos of like Roombas if they like go over poo?
Yeah.
You end up like leaving like a big snail trail of it behind. That's what
I
I'm.
want a photo. I want a
That's what I'm-
photo of Quinn's cat.
Looks like a river of shit around the house. Anyways,
That's lovely.
quite. You're such a pleasure to talk to as always, Rock Crusher. Sorry to wake you up from your nap.
That's quite alright.
Well, you see he cracks his knuckles, and then you see a boat come out of nowhere and a river of shit form on this rooftop as he gets in the boat and says, "I'll be seeing you. I'm always around."
Bon voyage.
Gives you a slight nod and then trails down his literal river of shit out of the hideout. The sand retreats and the water continues to fall from above you. Is there anything you'd like to do, Rock Crusher?
Is Elena's body like still in Otto's little void,
Yes.
or is it like popped out? Okay. Yeah, I'll go back to sleep.
Okay. Good night, Rock Crusher. That leaves to our last member that is with us, Virtue.
Yes.
It has been a bit. The rain has died down slightly, still enough to soak your clothes, but it's no longer the raging storm that it was before. Seems the weather must move on eventually. Everything is still quiet, and your own mind is stronger than any noise could penetrate. What are you up to?
Believe directly after putting Ace's new arm back on, Virtue ended up leaving the hideout. I wouldn't say Virtue went far away. Where would you say this hideout is located? Like, is it in the city? Is it by like where like trees was, like that grave cave thing?
This hideout is located on the roof of a building farther out in the city. It's not quite to the trees, but all of the taller buildings that are around it are abandoned, so it's basically like no one lives here. Or at least that's what Diamond told you.
Then Virtue probably is staying within an immediate vicinity, maybe at the most hop to a different roof. Seeing we're on rooftops, but like would not go out of eye shot, eyesight. You get what I'm saying.
Yes. Close, but far enough to get some alone time for yourself.
Yes.
Now, the second question to that is, has Virtue been crying?
I don't know. How did that two do? I think I got a 2 or a 6 or something like that.
Well, it's been a few hours since
Okay.
it first hit you, the panic attack.
So probably like at this current moment, no.
Okay. As
Little
you're
sniffly.
on this rooftop, the sensation of rain stops hitting you from above, like something has blocked off the water. What would you like to do?
Look up.
Looking up, you see Ace standing above you.
Oh my god.
Surprise!
His hair and outfit a mess, and he holds a white umbrella with his left hand above your head, saying, "Did you know that it's easier to use a prosthetic arm when you have a real one to hold it with?"
I could imagine.
I never knew how useful a prosthetic could be when it's detached from someone's body, and I also never realized how frightening it would be to wake up with it not attached to my body. Virtue? Oh my woods, have you been crying?
No, I'm fine. It's rain. Virtue kind of like gets up and like brushes herself off, but it's just all wet, so Virtue's just like, no, okay, that's not working. Um, sorry, if I frightened you. Are you feeling all right?
Better. I could say the same about you. Why don't you sit back down? You look like you've seen death a few times.
So I've been sitting for a while.
Well, I know that I'm a good liar and you're a good reader, and that doesn't quite go the other way around, but I don't need to be good at reading someone to tell that, something is going on.
It's it's just residual. I mean, so much happened able to process or feel in the moment because we were being shot. I just came out here to process in whatever way my body decided to.
Ace walks over to the edge of this rooftop and sits down with his feet dangling off, staring out towards the rest of the city. I thought I had you all figured out, Virtue. I think I know what you'll do, but then you prove me wrong somehow every time. Makes me want to learn more about you. From you. Not the spies that I've been following you around with.
What?
What? I didn't say anything.
Virtue kind of like walks up to like sit next to him, a couple inches apart, but next to him. Um, probably filling with her hands, not looking at him, just looking down. Like, "Mm, would you like to know?"
I want to know when virtue was born.
Look, my name.
He gives you a nod.
It was 2 years ago when I decided on the name, but I'd like to think I was already on the path of being who I am now about 8 years ago. Oh, okay.
Virtue, come back to us.
Oh, okay. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like, I was talking and then I paused and there was no response. I'm like, what the heck? I look, my connection's fine. So I'm like, oh.
My fault. My fault.
I'm back. I'm back. What was the last thing you heard?
About 8 years ago.
Ah!
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I said the name change was 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yes? But wait, yes. But the virtue felt that the change had already been coming since 8 years ago.
Long time for contemplation. I won't take the credit saying that I was the one to change that. I have no idea if I was. What was the thing to change it?
Met someone, a man who was able to show me that the life I had wasn't all there was, that it wasn't normal, it wasn't something I should have kept myself in.
It's nice when they work out like that, isn't it?
One of the things I was blessed with when I was younger.
You weren't blessed with much, I can tell. Other than reading people a bit too well. Where did that come from? You weren't from just killing people. You see that his eyes flash ever so slightly as he says, you definitely didn't show any remorse. So why read people now?
It came from a desire to want not only to learn how to be as a person, but just learn what was around me. So I stuck my nose in books about behavior and how people cope, how people function. I barely understood anything when I came out of that place.
He places the umbrella down, and part of it forms into some sort of stance for it to be able to hold up on its own. And he uses his arms to sort of keep his posture straighter as he just keeps looking out into the city. He contemplates saying something, opening his mouth and then closing it again. But eventually, he looks over at you and says, "I'm sorry." And then looks back out into the city.
Virtue probably would look at Ace with a more confused expression. Well, what?
We both have scars from the same battle, but different people. And I shouldn't have blamed you for crimes forced onto you. I'm much worse than you in that fashion. You didn't get to choose, and I did. I'm sorry for being a hypocrite. It's ugly.
I appreciate your apology, but don't feel guilty for blaming me. I am the one that did it after all. Even if it wasn't exactly my choice, it was something I was raised to do. It's still what I did. To feel that sort of that sort of anger is natural.
Yes, but since I first saw you again back at that God's Forsaken festival, all you do is just try to help me. I should hate you, so why do you make it so hard to? You just give me the chance to mess it up again. One of us to mess it up again.
I suppose I could say that it felt like a debt. Felt like wanting to prove myself, but then as it went on, it was more of a want. I wanted to see you succeed, get out of situations. I wanted to trust you. Even everyone else said that you would just mess it up. I wanted them to be wrong.
People want you to do a good job on stage and keep up a good smile. People don't want for the kindness of their hearts, especially in this city. And yet, he gestures to you with his hand, and you see that he's been fidgeting with his left hand, isn't just feeling around it, just pressing into his different fingers. People like you, with everything going on. I don't know what I'm trying to say. You confuse me. It's the best way to say it, I guess.
At least it makes me interesting.
Of course. If there's one thing I know about you is that you are not boring. Virtue, if I were to tell you something, would you use it against me?
Never.
I can't believe I'm saying this. I'm the poison.
Joker mentioned that before.
Well, I'm the cause of the corrosions. My body has what the capital needs to create them. And so, they take me down to a room and then suck my skin out. It feels like they're taking a part of me every time, but I guess that's what they actually are doing. I used to be able to control the effects, and so it was fine. But every single time they do it, the more unstable I feel, and the stronger they get.
And what do you want to do about that?
Well, a simple answer would be to stop the corrosions. Obviously, if I knew how to do that, I would have done it by now. But the antidote doesn't work when the holder is broken, but the poison works better when it is. And I can't destroy it. Half because of the way that it changes when it goes through Erebus, and half because I need the antidote in order to do it. And you see his eyes flash a bit purple. Or you could just kill us. We already tried to, but you stopped an overdose from having its full effect. And when you tried the first time I showed up,
Then I believe some things point out Serena being the antidote. I don't. We try to balance it. Find her.
I'm pretty sure that Diamond girl knows more about it than I do. I think Elena did too, but God knows where she is.
Like she talked to me.
You know, I've tried that before and it doesn't work, so no bother in trying to shit talk to you anymore, because it just goes in one ear, right out the other.
Well, I don't remember most of it.
Do you want me to stay with you? I can leave if you need me to. It is in the middle of the night.
You want to?
Ugh. Oh, it gives me a headache when you give me a choice, Virtue.
Well, if you want the honest answer, yes, I'd like you to stay. But I'm not going to force you. I know you at times barely want to be around me.
I never said that I don't want to be around you. I'm just saying that it's harder when I am.
So,
Is there anything else you'd like to talk with Ace about?
oh, I don't think it picked me up. I said, how so?
Oh, I did not hear that part.
Damn.
What do you mean?
Oh, was it harder?
To be with you or to have a choice?
Be with me.
Well, there's the side that whenever I'm around you, I think about my own past, and God knows that's not a place anyone should stay around. And half because I see so much of you in me that it's sad, and I don't like feeling sad.
I would apologize, but I feel like you're going to yell at me if I do.
Virgie, when was the last time that I yelled at you? Me?
All right. A scolding.
No. Here. Allow me to explain myself then. You were taken in young, forced to do things that you didn't want to do, and now you're repaying from them till basically the day that you die, and along the way you met someone that changed your whole outlook on life. I also was adopted at a young age, forced to do things that I didn't want to do, met someone that changed my outlook on life. You see that he sort of like stumbles on his words a bit. Other things. And I'm also going to be repaying it for the rest of my life. Simple.
I suppose when you put it that way, I can see it.
Exactly. But joke's on you, I managed to marry the one that changed my outlook on life, and you are just acquaintances, I guess. So I guess it's a one-up on me.
Oh no, he's dead. I think. He kind of disappeared entirely.
I know that much. I was the one to make his grave.
Oh, no, not of yours. I'm talking about with mine. Of course I know of yours.
Oh, then even more similar. Both of ours are dead. Maybe your prophecy is also the same as mine as well. Who knows?
What is your... Do you know what your prophecy is?
Unfortunately, it's already done, so it doesn't matter.
Do you mind telling... I feel so out of the loop. I've heard of plenty of people knowing what their prophecies were beforehand, and I've been told nothing.
You see his eyes flash into that maroon color. Well, there's probably a reason why you don't know yours. I know ours. Sacrifice yourself for the one you love most. Mm-hmm. Ace had to sacrifice himself by running away from the circus and changing everything that he knew about himself in order to make sure that Virgil made it out alive. Well, until he didn't. But he was very, very brave, you could say, especially being so young.
Where did you come from?
Well, unfortunately, I've always kind of been around, but it's been recent times since I've actually started to be able to speak with people. It's much more fun.
Mind telling me exactly what you are? I mean, I doubt it's a case of multiple personality. You seem a little too fleshed out.
Don't know whether to take that as a compliment or an insult, but
Eh,
whatever. You could say that I'm a protector of sorts. I mean, after he downed that bottle of cyanide, I was the only thing that kept him alive long enough for the Creator to revive him.
No, I write this down.
I was there for his
This,
worst, I was there for his best. I'm always the one that takes the brunt. When he got married at 14 to Virgil, when he was 40, when his training started to be used as a punishment by his master, I helped him. I helped him learn to escape the circus and you. And I helped him chop off his arm, though he doesn't know that it was me, per se. Ooh, I was
this,
also the one that kissed you, and the one that was in a relationship with Otto. Yeah, not my brightest days, but
hmm. So I'm just trying to wrap my head around this. So you, Ace was born with you, and then
everyone's born with a version of me. You were too. Or then
okay, now I'm
again,
very confused.
it's more of a philosophical idea than a literal one. You could say that virtue is your version of me, the one that protects you from the worst. You've gone through horrors, tortures, kills beyond anyone's imagination. And Ace has gone through torment, ache, and assault in a way that no one could imagine either. The way that your body coped with it was virtue. The way that Ace did was me.
So it is a bit like a split. You are one and the same entirely. You're just the one that when things get bad.
Mm-hmm. And when things got to their worst, Ace was in a bed, contemplating what to do. He saw this blue staticky figure as he held a bottle in his hand. And after seeing that figure, he knew that he didn't need to see what was going to happen next to him. So he uncorked it the best that he could and threw back the entire bottle. But it wasn't his time to die yet. His prophecy wasn't finished. And the Creator couldn't have that. So she gave me more control. To keep him in check.
How old was he when he did that?
Don't mind me going to a timeline of events, so I have the right number. Sometime last year. Late last year.
I know your plan is to get as many corrosions out there and then take over, but I also know the Guardians and how they like to manipulate, control, make something seem like a great idea when it really is an awful one that only benefits them. And I'll be blunt with you, I don't think your plan is good at all.
Ouch.
I think, one, why would you try to become one? My abuser, why would you even want to try and become that sort of person? And not only that, it isn't protecting anyone, it's hurting people, it's making them mindless zombies, and then you're just becoming another puppet to the creator. You're becoming a no, you put all our pawns, but you're just playing right into their game.
Look, I'm sorry if I said anything of the otherwise. I'm just doing what Ace wants me to. I don't necessarily care about the Creator if Ace doesn't care about him. If he wanted everything to end that way, then I can't stop it. I just have to protect him from it. So, he willingly let himself go and get injected. Then every time after, he has me do it. 'Cause it hurts. I don't want to blame the man. He's broken, after all, just like you. But he believes that it's the best way in some twisted fashion. Just to let them take all of it. And then it's not him anymore. He's part of something greater. Isn't that what we all want to do?
Not when those things are the greater.
You see his eyes fade as his body sort of tenses up a little bit, and he opens his eyes and they're blue again. Maybe not for the greater good. But if my only purpose is to hold the Creator's gift from my mother, then just let them use it and leave me out of it. If they take all of it, then I can just be me again. This blessing has only ruined any dream that I've had. I wanted to be a performance director, but I was forced on the stage because of how good I was at pretending to be other people. Then I was punished if I was in my own skin. But I'd rather be punished in my own skin than forced to do this for another 100 years.
This isn't your only purpose. And you hold the blessing, but they can only use it and take it if you let them. I know you want to get rid of it, but quite frankly, we don't know if it can just go away or if it can pass to another person. It was something you were given, and when things are like that, you don't know if they do go away. But I do know that despite our prophecies, despite of what we will fall, I will be damned if I decide to just fall into whatever they have planned for me. If I just let things happen, I'd be diamonds still. I'd still be here. Still be Tavline. As if I let it happen. But I didn't. I walked away. I took control. And even if it's in her big plan, at least I felt like I was in control. If you join us, help from the background or however you want to, help us find whoever is this antidote. And maybe you can help yourself as well if you stop letting them take whatever they want from you.
You two seem to have gotten closer to some degree, not like, whoa, how did I get so close to you?
Yeah.
But just slowly, just still about a few feet apart, like a foot apart still. But Ace looks over to you again. And a small, pitiful smile tugging at his face. And you see he holds up his left hand, the newly attached one, and he slowly moves it towards your cheek, but he can't seem to pull the courage to touch you fully, even slightly. And he rests his hand back on the ground, looking away from you, not letting you see his face. And that's what makes you braver than me. That's what keeps you in the eyes of the Creator when I am not. Your stupid optimism.
You deserve to be whole again. Even if you need to metaphorically lean on me and feed off my stupid optimism.
He stays silent, but you feel a slight brush against your pinky finger. And looking down ever so slightly, you can see Ace's pinky reaching out and trying to interlock with yours.
I feel like I should leave the channel at this point.
And he rips off all of his clothes.
No.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
Guys, it's not Pride Month anymore, so...
I feel like Virtue wouldn't make any form of movement, kind of just allow it. It's kind of like a cat. Like, you need the cat to touch you, because if you try to touch the cat, then they're gonna run away. So I'm just kind of like, just, you do whatever you want to do right there.
Holding your breath, not moving, scared that he's gonna run away. You hold your hands still, and eventually you do feel a very slight holding of hands, scandalous,
Oh my god.
between you two.
Hand holding.
And he is not wearing his glove. A silent but very loud sign that you can interpret however you would like. His face
Something-
is still looked away from you, by the way, might I add.
Something I learned in the years that I researched trying to figure out how to be a person. I found that seeking help or trying to better your situation's terrifying. It's hard because it's change. But as much I can offer you everything, and it would only work if you decided to go forth. And that's the same with everything. You might feel like you have no control in your life, but everything starts and ends with you. Your choice. You choose to walk into that room, and you can choose to walk away from it as well. You can choose to let them inject you, or you can choose to try and fight back. I can give you all the tools. The very little tools I have that I know work to some degree. But only if you use them will they work. And that's something you do have control over.
You hear him clear his throat and then let go of you to wipe his face. He goes, fine, fuck. Forgot you were a goddamn therapist. I understand. Gee, my God. Be in control of my life again, of course. Is it cold out here or something? Gosh, I don't know, I'm sniffling. I'm going back inside. It's too cold out here. You could stay here with my fake arm umbrella. I'll see you in the morning, Virtue.
See you.
He sort of does a bit of an exhale and then turns away from you and is like, what the fuck is going on here? As he's like wiping away his face from the water that's raining.
Yeah.
Yeah. But with all of that, is there anything that any of you would like to do during this long rest before we get to the morning?
No, I can't think of anything.
Thing I'd note is Virtue probably, hopefully, eventually come back inside
So I had to ask.
to have the 4 hour meditation.
Alrighty. Everyone can take, you probably already have, but the long rest is over. You hear the beautiful roosters from above. It has stopped raining, though it's a bit cloudy. It's that beautiful after rain smell, one of my personal favorites. Even though it's a rancid covered city, the beautiful smell of nature still prevails through it. Virtue and Rock Crusher, you two wake up / come out of meditation at a similar time to see Ace and Diamond talking to each other in a section of the room. It's not a very big hut, so you can see and kind of hear them as they're sort of talking with each other. Otto, you will also wake up around this time, but you can decide what you would like to do.
I'd imagine that when Otto had woken up, the door had reappeared and Otto had stepped out of it, closed the door again, and then the room disappeared. Where that door appeared, no clue.
That's beside the point. Semantics, I say.
Yeah, we'll put it that way.
Magic.
Yeah.
With everything that happened yesterday, what would you all like to do in this brand new morning?
Is Elena's body still inside the room, or does it get spit out? Did we ever establish whether that was a thing?
It stays in the room.
Wait, did you ever take out those upper bodies, or is there
I was
just...
gonna say, because I remember we talked about, like...
Yeah,
those bodies
then there
would
are
get
other
spat out.
corpses in Otto's room.
That's
Oh my
what
God, it's
Otto was
just a
cleaning
room of
yesterday. Okay,
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
cleaning the
That's what-
cleaning the bodies up. Obviously, she's gonna have it's a morgue actually.
Plot
Literal
twist, there's a
closet full of
second room.
skeletons.
Plot twist, there
Okay,
is
wait,
actually
so
a
your
second
childhood
room.
room had a bunch of corpses in it?
Yes.
It's feng shui.
Welcome to Otto's depressing life. This is a whole new meaning to bodies in the closet.
Yeah.
I was gonna
Um,
that'd be a sight. Can you imagine? Hey, come into my room. Opens like a walk-in closet.
I'm just
Oh,
reading.
don't mind
Who
the
the fuck is
corpses.
that?
Oh, don't worry about that. Don't worry about John. He just is like Otto shoves him deeper into the closet. Don't worry about him. Don't worry. I like to imagine the bodies are hanging on like coat hangers. For some reason, they're
Oh my-
lighter than normal if they weren't like outside of the room.
okay, now we're going into Fran Bow territory.
Whoa!
Oh, come on, that's funny.
It's a goddamn callback. My God.
You know Fran Bow, yes.
Jesus.
Who doesn't know Frambo?
I don't.
You're an outcast. Mm.
Who is this guy?
P.U.
Anyways.
Onion Boy. Oh, wood.
Are they like trying to be quiet about their conversation?
No.
Cadence and Ace? Okay.
No.
What are they talking about?
It seems that Diamond seems to be suggesting something about going to investigate, a ball again, and Ace is like, I'd rather fucking die than go back there again.
Well, I think we probably should go back there.
Can't believe Rock Crusher wants to see me die. I'm not going
I
back
didn't
there.
say that. I didn't say that.
I was about to say, if anything, we can probably split up. I don't see why all of us would have to go back to investigate.
We don't have any clue as to what is going on in there. There still could be that corrosion. Who knows?
Yes, but it doesn't mean that everyone should go. I think we should be split up, keep some form of communication between each other, and go from there. Because there's very much obvious risk what will happen if some of us are caught.
So it would be better if we all were there. Get caught, we go down together.
That's kind of good. I think we should probably stick together, just in case there is a corrosion in there still.
And even if the corrosion's in there, we nearly got our asses handed last time. I don't think it's a good idea to really try that.
Yeah, I'm feeling a bit more present today. I'm feeling a bit more here.
The cocaine is wearing off, is what he's trying to say.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's no longer taking downers, he's taking the uppers.
If we go back, it's most likely going to be stealth for the most part, most likely from the beginning. Actually, Claire, I'm curious. Is she still on the plane of existence because she is still my thrall?
My slave.
Shut up.
What was it like that? What are you asking? Re-elaborate, explain.
So basically, because if I remember, it was Ray that was in the thing, and I'm assuming that's what they're referring to when they mean the corrosion.
Sure.
I can still contact Ray for the most part. Is she there? Because if she's on the still same plane of existence, I can tell where she is.
She is not still there.
So I have good news. The corrosion we saw is not there. That corrosion is not on this plane of existence.
Perfect. All the more need. We could go there, find some evidence that we didn't do anything wrong. Those people are going to put out more propaganda, and we need to make sure that we're not on the receiving end of the hate.
Are we wanted?
Here's my only thing, is if we do go through this, we go back, we do find the evidence, but they always seem to be step ahead. They're probably going to figure out where someone's going to go back. Let's be honest. And my thing is Rock has a mix of good and bad press. If he's found back there, it could make his reputation go down the gutter.
I can hide myself.
Yes, but if we do get into a fight, it could just not go well.
No, we've established in the past that disguise self doesn't drop when I do anything.
I thought it drops when you get hit because it's concentration.
No, it just
they changed it?
I don't know if they changed it.
Shit, I don't have my book right now, so I couldn't tell you if it... I can't consult the book on this one.
It's not a concentration spell either.
Alright, so I'll just trust y'all with that one.
The victor writes the story, and so you know damn well this city will take something like that and fucking run with it.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't go. Me personally, I much prefer to stay here where apparently Asriel doesn't know where I am. You all can go for it. I'll give you 2 thumbs up on the way out.
Two thumbs up. That's pretty good.
Or if you want a 3rd, I have this new arm. As he holds up his old prosthetic and gives you another thumbs up.
Holy shit, 3 thumbs up. That's insane.
Oh, that's funny. Alright, well, if we're gonna go back, I don't see why not. Virtue, what's your thoughts on this?
I will note, Virtue probably went to open her mouth several times and then just stopped because someone else was talking and then tried again and then stopped because that's what I did.
Bro, you gotta have that initiative, bro. Holy crap.
Why are we going back there?
What would we get out of it besides seeing a bunch of dead bodies, a high-profile area? Maybe figuring out if Blackjack is really dead, but I feel like we'll figure that out later. What is the purpose? We were already there. We didn't find anything.
Well, we were a little rushed last time.
I don't wish to call myself selfish, but I've heard through rumors in the spades that there was a boy there last night that knows where Arena is. The bellboy. I wish
I'm
to
sorry?
know.
Oh. We're just gonna like dig into their Mary Poppins bag, pull out the it was a chip, right?
Mm-hmm.
That said you to find the bellboy, and I'm just gonna offer it to Cadence.
Huh. Well, this proves my point. I did not write this, but it solidifies that he knows something.
Alright, but if that is the case, then yes, I can see now more of a reason to want to go back. However, for starters, I don't think we should split up. Split up maybe inside of the manor, sure, but I don't think some of us should be outside and others inside. What if those barriers pop up again? We won't be able to reach each other. Even though now we know we can break them.
So it takes a bit to break them.
It's still better that someone has rock crusher with them so we can get through the wall fast.
Walk through walls.
I'm not sure if that would go well with a magical wall.
I don't think it specifies whether it's magical or not, but it just says I can. If that wall exists on the ethereal plane, then no. But if it doesn't, I'm game.
Fair enough.
Hey, he's done it twice and both times he succeeded. I say that's a perfect ratio.
That's
Yeah.
That's it's 2 for 2.
All right. And
But sorry, continue.
Ace, if you don't want to go wrong, that's perfectly fine. I frankly don't want to go back there either, but I have these Virtues is making like a gesture pointing at her party members. These people.
Does that mean you're letting me stay? Oh, what a shocking turn of events.
Oh no, it is your choice if you want to stay.
Your choice if you want to stay. Fine, I want to stay.
Wait, what did he say?
He said, I want to stay, so...
He's really that fucking. I can't with Ace. I love Ace.
And that is perfectly fine. The rest of you, I suppose we're going.
So
You do not need to if you don't wish to. I would just prefer if you would. I'm not scared, but it would be better if there was more than just me.
I think we should go.
I am not opposed to going. But what?
Since this chip was specifically given to me, I feel that it's probably important that I go.
All right. So what exact? So obviously the bellboy. What else should we be focusing on? Obviously, forms of evidence. Anything else we should be looking into while we're there?
Any mention probably of any future shipments, since I'm not sure if Ace is going to be able to get any more information for us. Or mentions of Arena in any way, shape, or form. Perhaps anything about these guns too, or how some of the partygoers were already corrosions. If they didn't drink the wine, then I don't know. Unless if someone went through and injected people.
That I don't know. I was stuck with blackjack the whole time. I couldn't tell anything that was going on. I was stuck dancing with you, so I didn't have anything in the brain either.
I was away for an extended period of time. Unless if, me getting my ass kicked also distracted you.
You know, it's a nice ass to be kicked, but oh, were you referring to after my leg was broken and then your ass got kicked? That wasn't fun. No, that was not.
No, I was meaning before when you wondered what the hell I went through.
Oh, right. That also was not fun. And I didn't even get to see the ass, so.
Anyway, are we going to be going?
Right. Take as much time as you need to get ready. When you are ready, I'll be outside waiting. As Diamond gets up, grabbing her mask and leaving.
Quick glance at Ace. Those eyes are blue, not red, right? Because I have problems.
You look over at him. They're definitely
But
blue, and he just goes, "What? Did I say something?"
Virtue just like shakes her head, just like a sighs, looks away.
Is there anything
Well,
you all
I
would
know
like to
I'm
do
ready.
to prepare?
I can't think of anything, so Otto's probably gonna head out with her the second she
Hold
had left.
on. Question. Did we have anything when it came to like, hold on, thinking. Because Ace is a bard, so I'm just gonna.
Technically, Rock Crusher is too.
Is he? Do you have any way to? Holy shit! Are you? Hi. Barrels into my room. Ace, do you have any way to contact us if something for whatever reason goes awry here?
Oh, the rings. The rings.
The rings.
You know,
Oh
those
yeah, they're
the rings with the alarm spell.
the one that one Rock gave me. I mean, I think Rock has the other one.
Yeah.
Right. I do not have one of these rings, so I cannot help you.
Yes, well, Otto, give the kind person your ring.
Sure.
Your ring privileges are revoked.
Is this a proposal?
I mean,
Your lease is ended.
this is supposed to be a proposal. Here you go, Virtue. You should give it to him.
What?
Right. I
But the
take
way
back
you
my
talk?
comments that I said. Can I not have fun around you people anymore? Experience one massacre and all of a sudden you can't throw some jokes.
And I can't
This-
joke back.
This is like our 7th massacre.
You actually give Virtue the ring.
Oh, absolutely. Please do give it to him. It's all you. Like that dramatic bow away. It's like Otto steps back.
No, I'm gonna kill myself. No.
Okay, how about I just give him the ring?
No, Virtue go hang over the ring. That was me saying that.
Thank
I'm
you.
contributing to a statistic. Virtue's not.
What the
For
fuck?
now.
What statistic?
We don't know yet.
All right. Thank you. If I were to die, I will let you know.
I mean, we could also set one of the pseudo dragons here as well if we wanted to. For better
Respectfully,
communication.
Otto, I would rather do anything else than spend an entire evening with your dragon and nothing else.
Okay then.
He's cute, just not my cute, you know.
I have several different kinds you can pick from. There's a sphinx, I think. Yeah, there's a sphinx.
Thanks.
Yes! Oh god, it's gorgeous!
Please don't pull it out.
It's not that. Okay, it's not a giant sphinx that's gonna crush you. It's like the size of a house cat, if not a little bigger.
If I wanted to do
It's
that,
like the
I would
size
just
of a Maine
become
Coon.
a house cat.
Fair enough.
All right, Ace, do let us know, preferably before you die. Thank you.
Try my hardest.
All right, let's get going now.
Onwards.
All right. You head out of this little hut that is on this rooftop, and you see Cadence starting to. She notices that you were following her, but then turns around and starts scaling down the side of this about 10-story tall building.
Oh, lovely.
Oh God, how rusty am I? We'll find out.
Or the
I think I'm
price
gonna-
of 5 gold, the Rock Crusher lift service is available.
Like,
You see,
Virtue
this is
kinda,
why
like,
you want
look at
me to
Rock.
take care of Rock Crusher, because then you don't have to pay any money. There's no tax.
Yeah, like looks at Rock Crusher, like looks him up and down. It's just like, yeah, no.
Oh my god, it's the fucking British. Taxing you to
So-
use the lift. Holy shit. Right after Independence Day? Holy shit.
That's crazy.
Is this gonna be an acrobatics?
Fuck yes! What do you think it's gonna be?
Yo, I don't know.
Or
Sometimes you're like,
athletics.
oh, you can roll athletics or acrobatics. So I was just making sure.
Well, it would be athletics or acrobatics. Check.
Okay, I have a 24.
Oh, I forgot to say with disadvantage, because it's all slippery, because it's been raining for 3 days straight.
Shit!
I will crawl down the side of the building like a gecko with my climbing
Actually,
speed.
goes to check if I have anything to help me.
Skittering.
Yes.
This is 22 now.
Okay. Fine.
It didn't go down that much.
I will stop along the way to lick my eyeball.
Rock Crusher, do
Ew.
your scales do some sort of camouflage when you're climbing like a gecko?
Yeah, let's say they do.
That's cool.
Otto, what did you get?
I'm rolling now. Give me 1 second.
Oh, Claire, after session, I want to ask you a question. It possibly could have happened when Virtue was out in the rain, but it's just
That
it's something
is
I thought of.
Okay.
19.
All right. You three do successfully manage to scale down this building, making it to the floor with very minimal slips and falls and only a few heart attacks from seeing 4 eyes out of nowhere because you just camouflage so well. Basically invisible against this wall. But after you all make it down to the ground, Diamond puts her mask back on, puts her hood up, and starts walking down the very sketchy alleyways of Vaus. Would you all like to follow her?
Yes. I will cast
Disguise
disguise
self.
self on myself, and
Yeah.
I'll look like have you seen Columbo?
I can look up a picture.
Do.
I'm like the TV series?
Yeah, yeah.
You want to look like this
Since-
man.
Yes.
Send a
Since,
photo. I need a judge.
Since we're doing like detective work.
Hold on, I will send a picture.
Might as well. Missed opportunity to turn to Sherlock, but okay.
Columbo's better. Alright, we'll be back in a second.
Me personally,
I
will
don't want
also
to. I don't
use
want to
disguise
save
self.
this picture to my computer, but it's trying to
No,
make
wait.
me. You know what? I will
Uh.
save it forever.
This is so pretty. I'm getting distracted.
Do not get distracted. You have one job.
These are also no.
Stop it.
No.
Quick, hit her with the newspaper. Stop it. No. Back to your corner. Stop it. No.
Why are
Fuck
such
your shiny.
cherry chocolate cookies?
I don't know.
That's
Brother, are you sure you're not the fucking cat? Holy.
But they're
Wait.
shiny.
God damn.
What? No. What do cats have to do with pretty shiny? That's more like raven behavior. Pretty shiny and food. Holy crap!
Hey, they like those goddamn laser pointers.
True. But it's not really because it's shiny. It's more because it's fast moving and it's like skittering prey.
And they want to kill it.
Yeah,
Oh,
that too.
wow. Jesus Christ. Okay.
Anyways, but I know I was like tabaxi.
Virtue.
I don't know what I want to look like. I just know I want to look basic so that people don't talk to me.
All
So
right.
basic in Vouse terms, whatever that looks like.
Gotcha. Let me roll something real quick. Who has the lowest
Did you
passive
also-
perception?
Lowest? Probably me, I assume.
I'm 16.
Yeah, I have the lowest.
What is it?
An 11.
Okay.
I know for a damn fact Virtue does not have lower.
I have a 20.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I knew I was the lowest.
I guess the other two, that's not Otto. As you guys are walking through this alleyway, you see out of the corner of your eye, Otto is completely fucking oblivious to a guy without a shirt, without pants, just a pair of underwear, and a really scraggly beard trying to pickpocket them. And successfully pickpocketing them.
Virtue probably just yell "Hey" in their
Hand on-
direction.
Hand on Virtue's shoulder, be like, I think we should let this one slide.
The worst part is, I was imagining Otto hears Virtue just be like, hey, Otto like turns around like, what the fuck? Oh my god! But hey, that's mine!
I think they might have deserved this one.
You see that they have a single copper and they put it in between their teeth and they start going and running away.
You know what? Keep it. Nope, keep that. I don't want it anymore. I'm good. I was like about to like continue and like they do that and I was just like, nope, don't care. Don't care enough. Otto just looks very done and disgusted right now.
Continuing on. Hold on. Wait, what the fuck? I have so many friends. They're all trying to call me.
Oh, Miss Popular.
They're like, bro, oh, my friend, come to my house. Bitch, I'm in a session. What do you mean pull up to your house? Anyways, I'm just so popular. Fuck, it's so hard. Sorry, I started joking. Anyways, you make it farther through the alleyway. Virtue, you end up even not thinking about it, take up a little bit more of a lead because you're like, yeah, fuck it, I know this place. You're like, I can't believe I know this place, but I do. You and Diamond, like this. But you eventually make it back to the main road after about a 20 minutes walk from the depths of hell that the city has to offer. You see that the town almost looks a little bit cleaner because of the amount of rain and the wind that has washed away, but it has washed away all of this trash into the river. So, you know, the streets are cleaner, but at what cost? You see that life has almost completely returned to normal after yesterday. You don't even know if they knew that anything happened. There are people that have hoods up and their hands in their pockets looking around, making sure no one's trying to steal from them. The few homeless people in the streets trying to sleep and using wet newspapers to try and use as a blanket. The normal vibe of Vaus. You even see...
I'll occasionally just use a bit of prestidigitation to dry some newspaper.
Act of kindness. Your
I'm a man
good
of the
deed for the
people.
day. They shiver a little bit less. As you're walking closer to a more populated area of Vaus, you even see that there are newsies, newspaper boys, out with their newspapers. They seem to be shivering as if they've been out this all night. They say things like, "Breaking news! Government officials killed in unprovoked violence from changelings! Are they starting to become violent? Are we up against a civil war? Read about it now!" As they're holding out their papers, trying to wave at anyone willing to take it. Is there anything you all would like to do on the way to this manor?
I'd like to take one of these newspapers.
That'll be 2 silver misses. He?
Person?
I would give him the two silver.
And lucky for you, I actually wrote a little news article that I will send to you.
Thought you told me, but I don't know.
I know, I'm so great. If there are any spelling errors, it was the news company and not me. So you can read as much or as little as that to your party members as possible.
A strong, stormy night was turned into a terrifying one when... Okay, wait, hold on. A strong, stormy night was turned into a terrifying one when reports of a shootout occurred at the Bonifet Manor. The Solitaire Ball made history as the first ever co-ed formal event with citizens of Vaus and the Changelings. The event was originally planned to mend disagreements between the Changelings and Vaus. However, the peaceful gathering was turned into a deadly one when a man by the name of Silas Moonstrider was shot dead by
What is your
a
character?
changeling servant. Wait, when a man by the name of Silas Moonstrider.
How did they get the name of the person?
Is that Blackjack's name? Interesting. In defense, the brave government workers set out to find the killer and arrest them, but they were met with more retaliation from the changelings. With their hands forced, they used lethal methods to escape the ambush. That does not mean that there were no casualties. Under the alias Blackjack, Silas set a revolutionary standard of how a hostile group should be communicated with. Single-handedly, he managed to create an organization that all of the changelings could be housed in. This way they could stay off the streets of Vaus, making them ever so much safer. With this tragic event, officials are wondering if lethal methods are the only way to keep the city safe from these changelings. I said Silas like that because I have a character named Silas, so when I saw that, I was like...
Bro, Gamesy's game.
I mean, hey, now explains why Silas is so fucking pale. He's actually a changeling, guys.
Whoa. Whoa.
Oh, cool, bro.
It didn't say it was a man by the name of Silas Moonstrider was shot dead by a changeling servant. It didn't say that he is a changeling. That is one hell of a theory, though, that Blackjack is a changeling.
I mean, it'd be interesting.
I still don't think that motherfucker is dead. Anyway.
That makes two of us. And plus, there are clerics that can revive the dead. I know, like, Vaus probably isn't one for clerics that strong, but, like, let's be honest, there are some pretty wealthy ass people that can probably pay a cleric. I'm just saying.
Well, good news.
Mm-hmm.
Rock Crusher's face isn't in this newspaper.
A miracle.
Bad news. They're painting it exactly how we thought they would.
Yes.
Great. Okay.
Whose newspaper is it? Like, who's published it?
Blair.
Like,
Roll a history check for me, Virtue.
Oh. Something I know.
You did live here.
let's see.
18.
You remember that back when you were a child, there were a lot more publishing companies than there are now. You know that there's only one official one, and it is Bonafet Publishing.
Maybe we should.
So that's what this is posted
Hey.
under?
Yes.
Maybe we should pay a visit to these guys, see where they're getting their information from.
You do remember who Bonafet is, right?
I know, but like he's not writing their own. He's not writing it
Yes,
himself.
but if he's saying spin a story, they're going to spin a story. And the whole thing was plotted for as well. I mean, you know, we're getting a little quieter since we are in public. Because there was no retaliation. They all just opened fire. So, meaning
yeah.
this is all planned, and they probably meant to write it this way since the beginning.
But if we can get someone to like confirm that, it couldn't hurt.
I think
What
the
would
chances of us getting someone to confirm it, let alone publicly confirming it, is like a 0 to none. I think either the person would be killed by someone else, or they actively would rather death than admit that this was just made up or they were paid off to write this.
But if you did get publishing on your side, it would be a big plus.
Yeah, if they don't take out publishing.
We can do like the good cop, bad cop routine.
Diamond, you're being careful a bit. Is there any other publishers? I remember there used to be several when I was younger. This is just the official one.
She continues with her head straight to, try and remain nonchalant as you're talking. She speaks to you in thieves' cant. I won't say the riddle because that's a lot of work. But she basically says, I was forced to remove the other publishing companies. But I do know of a man in the clubs that tries to write, but no one will listen to him. He was once in the Diamonds when they existed.
Was his name Akai?
Sounds familiar enough. I never learned his name, but I just remember him from his mixed race abilities and his loud mouth.
Yes, okay, I've met him.
I love how that's the identifying information. His loud mouth. Yep, that's him. That's him.
I last saw him. I'm gonna say I would probably respond in Thieves' Cant, so these two are not gonna know what the fuck I'm saying, but last I saw him was in the Spades.
Then it sounds like he's not printing anymore. But that's the only person I could think of that isn't under careful watch from the Bonafets.
2 missions.
Yay! Let's do the first one.
Yeah.
Side quest, side quest.
Like, all right.
Intimidate the press.
Let's figure out what we can from what we're doing right now. And then after, we can try and see if we can
Harass a
Get a-
journalist.
get a publisher.
Published by Manifesto.
As you are walking farther
That
towards...
or I mean, Ace could probably write something, but...
Hey, Rock Crusher, use that one level and bar that you got to whip up a crazy fucking story.
I'll never say it. Ace might be the plan B. I'd say Kai is A.
As you
Alright,
guys
let's
are
go.
talking, walking and talking, and Thieves' Can trying to communicate with each other without drawing too much suspicion to yourselves, you make your way to the main capital-ish section of Valus, which is where this ball took place. You see, as you get closer, that there doesn't seem to be a bigger commotion of people around. There seems to be, next to the one hospital that is mainly used in the town, there's a bunch of flowers, a bunch of letters of people trying to give their prayers to the families of the government workers that were tragically killed in the massacre last night. You also see in the middle of the square, the circle area right in front of the Capitol and the bar and the government building, that there is a changeling being executed via hanging, but that is not in the direction of the ball itself, or the manor, I guess I should say. So, would you like to continue towards the manor?
Yes, so
Has the changeling been hanged yet, or...?
They're reading out the changeling's rights and their crimes. So no, not
should
yet.
we?
What are the crimes? Like, what have they done?
Mass murder.
Well, that is one of them, but there's also things such as conspiracy to revolt and just general shifting abilities, personality and identity theft, and rampaging, stealing, basic shit that you've seen other people do.
How old does this changeling look?
Why does that matter?
Because can you imagine some young kid being fucking executed for something when they're living on the fucking streets?
Well, it's not a child, but they also don't seem to be too old either. It seemed to be about 19. Little scrawny boy.
Ugh.
Do we get involved?
The choice is yours.
Well, we know that.
Alright, my fault, I'll shut up.
How
about I meet you guys there? I can deal with this one.
I was thinking I could do it, but if you want to, I mean,
I can just like swoop in.
all right. We'll see you there then.
5-minute adventure. 5-minute adventure.
Well, it's been timed.
Alright.
Kinda. Like, to imagine a stopwatch just randomly appears, and I was just like, and it starts now. As I continue walking.
I'm just gonna like drive by, grab the tiefling, not the tiefling, the changeling. Oh shit!
Alright.
I got the wrong person.
Sorry, buddy. Drops him.
You grab the
there we go.
executioner.
You're not changeling.
Are you still disguised, or did you become yourself again?
It's still a disguise.
Okay.
Wait, so you just see this human-looking man just, like, soaring?
Literally
Yeah,
Superman. It's a fucking
Can't see
birds
my
of
wing.
plane, you know?
You got a trench coat on and everything.
You quickly swoop in and grab this changeling. Do you have a specific destination in mind, or are you just
Uh,
traveling away?
yeah. I figured I'd drop him back at the hut with Ace.
Okay. As you swoop in, you immediately see that the small crowd of people that have surrounded, watching this execution take place, they start to gasp, they start to cry and scream as they say, "What was that? They're monstrous!" Or things like things like that. As they start trying to throw as much as they can at you, but you are a dragon, you can fly pretty high, so they cannot hit you with any of their stuff. But they try to chase after you, but you're too fast. All of that. Can you make a stealth check for me, though?
Now, if I remember, that's one of the ones I can use my strength score for.
Sounds like some sort of bullshit. That would make sense.
Boxes until you become invisible.
Yes, it is. Oh, 9.
Ooh, that's with advantage. That's with advantage. Okay.
Oh, with advantage. Okay. Oh, thank
Didn't you just... Oh, wait. Fuck you. No. I was thinking of the wrong
Okay.
thing.
I was gonna say.
Here, for
That-
you,
well,
you
the
are
second-
really sneaky. There is a boy that almost just got hanged with you. That's screaming, thinking that he's being kidnapped, which he kind of is. But as he sees you're taking him away, he starts to thrash a bit less as he's like, What the fuck's going on?"
Just chill out, dude. I'm not gonna kill you. I think I might have drawn a bit of attention, so... Do you have anywhere you could hide?
I can figure it out.
Like, you sure?
Yes. I've done it long
Fairly
enough.
sure I see a mob coming down through the streets. I see torches and pitchforks.
They don't know who they're running after.
True. Alright, well, best of luck.
Right before you leave, you see him, reach up towards you a little bit and say, "Wait! Who are you?"
My name isn't important. But it's Rock Crusher, and I'll fly away.
But a truck critter flies away.
He waves up at you and says, "Thank you! I won't let you down!"
So
I can't.
dramatic.
I fucking can't. My name's not important. But it's rock crusher flies.
+1 life saved.
Oh, that's fun.
To
So
every-
your question.
Oh, shit. Hold on.
Then I will, I suppose, I'll sort of loop back around, try and sort of stay low. And, try and meet up with the others.
I don't know why I'm typing this. I literally could just say it out loud. The newspaper that you have does have a header image, as you might say. It's sort of like 2/3 of it is just a drawing of the outside of the manor that the ball was hosted at. And then on one strip on a corner is a sort of drawn etching of all of the government workers that died at that event. And so you see Adam's beautiful face and all of the other ones that you did not interact with, so you don't know the names of. Look at that. But all of the government workers that died are there too, but that's it. Very modest.
Okay. I also had very quick. Was I there for that like radio sequence that happened with the changeling woman?
You were. The only one that didn't hear it was Otto, because Otto was in the room. But Diamond had played it on a speaker. Small, it's very quiet, because especially with all the rain, but you were close enough that if you wanted to hear it, you could. And Rock Crusher was asleep. That's why he doesn't remember it.
Could you call me, please? I can't find my phone.
Yeah. Just thinking of things we could use in a paper. We can continue.
Auto, Virtue, and Cadence, you three managed to roll stealth checks for me first.
Wait, did you say my name?
Yeah, everyone else that was not Rock Crusher.
Yes.
Yay.
Man, I'm so mad. I don't have advantage on stealth anymore because of fucking Maverick.
Oh, if you're complaining as Jordan's not here.
Blood can't
That
defend
is a
itself.
21. Even better! Anyways,
Okay, 21,
26!
26,
show up.
and I will roll for Cadence. Okay. Luckily, it seems that Rock Crusher has not only helped save a changeling's life, but also give you all a good distraction to where you don't believe that you have been followed to this manor. So, good on you. You make it to the manor just a little bit before Rock Crusher comes stumbling back in. The candles have been stamped out. You can no longer hear music through the grand halls. There are horses still standing out, wondering when their owners will come back. Carriages have been ransacked for their goods already. There's been an attempt at a barricade to keep raiders out of the manor. Wooden panels have been hastily put up to cover the windows, and the doors are nailed shut. But it seems as though the city has already started to swallow it, as there is some graffiti already written on the boards. You don't really know who lived in the manor before this, but there definitely isn't anyone living there anymore. As you're just looking over the manors when Rock Crusher comes swooping back in, you see a bird and bird or a plane come swooping in, I guess I could say.
Oh, it's just me.
From our time from my time inside, is there any areas of the manor I felt would be probably the best to like stealthily break in?
Roll a history check.
Oh, 16.
Just see if the front door's unlocked.
It was boarded, right?
Rock Crusher goes up to the doors, and it seems that they have been boarded up. Not to the best. You could probably break it, but what did you get, Virtue?
15.
15. You remember specifically when you were, you know what, I don't think you would, because you didn't really travel far other than the main area and then following Elena into the basement. But you know that there is on the back side of the manor is where you broke out from the first time, so there might still be a hole in the wall from when Rock Crusher broke out. But other than that, it's the main entrance is the only thing you can think of.
What is Diamond doing?
Diamond is watching it, just sort of taking it in for a moment. But then you see her slowly starting to walk up to the front door. Though first it seems that she's taking a dagger towards the ropes that are holding in the horses.
Alright, and I guess front door it is. I'll go up and I'll help her.
Okay, can you roll a sleight of hand check with advantage?
Oh boy, I feel like I never make these.
Because you never fucking break into anything. Sorry, no hate, no shade.
I broke into the church.
Shit, my fault. Forgot about that.
17.
Okay.
Yippee. That
Both-
first, thank God for advantage though.
Ooh, a little bit rusty.
Yeah.
With the help of Cadence, you both managed to pry enough of the nails off of the door in order for it to creak open just enough for all four of you to fit into it.
I'm just
She...
gonna walk through the wall.
Now, let's take a step back. Tell me how you're gonna do that.
Shadow step tattoo.
Fuck! Forgot you had that. I forgot I had that. I was about to make you look like an idiot, but
Ghost step
guess.
tattoo.
I guess. As you both are working on this door, in the corner of your eye, Virtue, you see Rock Crusher just phase right through the wall before you're finished.
Stood.
What would you both like to do? The two outside.
Breaking in.
okay. Yeah. Probably following after them after they broke in. Be like, oh, damn. All right, let's go.
Well, look at that. You all, if you wanted to, can open, what the fuck's that thing called? Roll20.
Oh.
To see the map again. I already have the fucking map, so no harm, no foul.
Fair enough.
I like a visual.
Love visuals.
Oh shit, I gotta take Bryce out. God damn it. God damn it, Bryce.
Damn Bryce for not being here. Unless it's Bryce's taking a nap, acting like a corpse.
Bryce actually never left the massacre yet.
But he fell asleep.
Did I get my password right on the first try? I did.
Crossword. Brother, lock in.
What in motherfucker that is?
Okay, it said I had no games for a second, and I got very worried.
You got no game.
Damn. Fumble the bag. Let me get you over. I forgot to do that. I know you guys just love looking at that beautiful home screen that I've created, but
All I saw was Ace's face. Oh my god.
Corpses.
so
Where?
hey, a lot of people did die. So to describe what it looks like as you're entering is the best way to describe it is to sort of
Why
parallel
is there an
it.
auto in the top right?
Why is there a what at the top right?
Oh. Who's that? How did they get there? Get the fuck out of
Who
here.
is this dude?
You know what? Just for that, you're dead now, Otto. That Otto,
Oh.
I guess I should say. Anyways, to describe, when you first walked into the ball back at the beginning, after you literally gambled your way in, it was beautiful. It was grand. It was luxurious. And now it's sort of sad, I guess I could say. Most of the bodies are gone. Most of the changeling bodies are gone, I could say. The government workers, they're all still there. Most notably, you do up and see that blackjack corpse is still there. But along with that trail of goo that leads towards the exit that you all took to get out, there's no changelings. It's just a shitload of guards and a shitload of government workers that are left behind. But I'm sure there's more to meet the eye. So we will throw this little bad boy into a little bit of an initiative so that we get to see the order that people can investigate things.
got
22.
12.
God damn it,
Got
Virtue.
26. Yeah.
26?
Sorry, 26. Sorry, I meant. Sorry. Wrong thing. Sorry, I meant to say 20. I don't know where that 6 came from. I think it was like a different stat.
All right. Searching is a go. Otto, where are you going?
Yep.
Oh, I got a 22.
Didn't Otto get a 26 or am I dumb?
I said I had
Yeah.
miscounted and it was a 20
Oh, bitch!
because I looked at the wrong
Now
stat.
I look stupid. God damn it.
Yeah. You are
You
dumb.
do, because I corrected myself.
Oh my god. Rock Crusher, you're first.
Well, I will begin. Well, actually, I personally wasn't actually here. So I assume these white bits are corrosion goo,
Yes, that is correct.
and all the red splots are dead bodies.
Yeah, God rest their souls, of course.
Okay, I'll just start by just sort of like wandering around, just looking if there's anyone looking particularly important.
As you're looking around, you don't need to roll to know this. The people that have a sort of pink-ish marker on them in some way are the government workers that were there. Their bodies are all still there. You can tell that because they're not changelings when in their dead bodies, their dead forms. So that's what you can get without having to roll anything.
Okay. I'll just like go to these guys over here, sort of rifle through their pockets, see if there's anything like to identify them.
Okay, roll
Or some spare change.
roll an investigation check.
Nat 1.
Yeah, gotcha. You dig around a little too deep and end up accidentally touching one of their balls, and so you decide you're out and don't investigate further.
Wipe my hands on my trench coat.
Of course. Doing these in quick succession. Now, Otto, if you would want to investigate something, you can.
I kind of want to go downstairs to check where where they had burned all the wine, the contaminated wine. I want to check down there.
All right. We can just put you over there. Bye-bye, Otto. Going down into that basement, you do see that all of the deniere are now gone. Don't know where they went.
Mm-hmm.
You also, without any big investigation checks, you can tell that this room is very burnt now. The door itself even got caught on fire a little bit, but it stopped, and so you assume it was stamped out.
Yeah.
But if you would like to roll deeper, you can.
I would. 25. That is a natural 20.
All right. Ask me a question about this room.
Fuck, I wasn't expecting that. Hold up. Trying to think. Does it look like there is anything like I'm not talking about anything left of the wine because I'm assuming most of that is gone. But does it look like anyone's been in the room as of recently? Anyone tried to do anything? Any like passageways or anything? Like, does it look like anyone's been in here recently? Because I imagine with there being probably soot from all the stuff that's been burned, that you can see if something's been moved or very recently.
You can tell that there has been no movement recently. And because you got a nat 20, you can ask me another question if you would like.
Yeah, think of another question. I don't know if this probably. I don't know if you want to count this towards the question because it's really stupid and simple question. I remember there was a chest. Is that still there, or was that taken?
The chest is still there.
I imagine nothing's in it. Still.
You can walk over and see that there's still nothing in the chest. Virtue, what would you like to investigate?
From where I'm looking, I believe I heard you mention something about blackjack, but I missed it because my mom was trying to talk to me. Do
The body what I was saying, the body that fell is still there, of like the one that caused the original. Whoa! That one's still there by the piano.
the bot so black supposedly blackjack?
Shit, you'll have to investigate that, but you can see
Yeah,
something
that's
up
what I
there.
Can I just meow? Obviously, I feel like to specify, I go up these stairs and
Yeah.
kind of look at these as passing if I'm allowed to go this far to here.
Yeah, you're not necessarily. Without a roll, you can see that none of that is Blackjack's corpse.
Okay.
But you can roll an investigation check to investigate those corpses.
Sure. Oh, hey, everybody. Soft 20.
Okay. I will say that you find something on the person of the one that's up way in the corner, the old Otto. God rest her soul.
Okay.
In one of their pockets, there is a piece of paper. Going to send it to you. And you can ask me a question, just like Otto did. About that paper or about the bodies, about the area that you're in.
I'm just reading this. All right. Okay. I guess from there, I am noticing some of these bodies have purple, pink-ish things.
Mm-hmm.
What is different about those compared to the rest?
Is that your question with investigation?
Yes.
Those bodies seem to look unharmed. Those mark the most of the government workers. You can't quite remember which ones they were. You didn't really interact with these ones. But the more important figures of the ball are still there. And that's what those markers show.
Would you mind if before concluding my turn, I move myself here?
Sure.
Okay.
All right. Rock Crusher,
Yeah.
what would you like to do?
Do any of us have speak with dead?
Where's the cleric?
I can tell you Cadence does not, but
Victoria, you're a cleric.
I need a nap.
a nap?
That's not what I asked. But
I'd say I need a nap, so like I don't have it prepared.
I'm EP.
Oh.
I don't have
Virtue
it
EP.
prepared.
Okay.
No, not EP. Just needs to meditate. There's a difference.
Unfortunately, we haven't had a habit of speaking to dead. Like in like already like dead corpsey have to bring them up and talk to them. So most of the time Otto can just talk to them.
I don't even know if I have that spell anymore. Let me double check.
Well, you also can see and hear spirits.
Yes, but it does not mean their body stays in the same place every day.
I'm sure there's some restless ones around here. You know, big tragic event normally gets haunted afterwards.
Well, we'll figure that out once Otto gets back over there.
Is there any like rats?
Roll an investigation check.
God damn it! This is 2, 8.
Hold on, let me roll something. Well, lucky for you. I did not roll high either. You see a tiny little baby mouse in or underneath one of the tables. A little white mouse.
He's crouched down and we're like, "Hey, buddy, you come over here."
He's gnawing at one of the bodies, and so he's very...
I'll pull out a piece of cheese, a little bit of cheese from my rations.
Can you make an animal handling check?
$13.
That's enough for a little mouse that doesn't know any better. The mouse
Little buddy.
whips its head over and sniffs at you and slowly creeps closer to steal your cheese.
Can I ask you some questions? I give you some more cheese.
Now, here's when I contemplate if I want to attempt a mouse voice or not.
Cheese to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, sir.
I'd say it's more of a rat voice.
Nice to meet you too, sir. I didn't know you could talk to me.
That hurts my ears.
What? You didn't like the other one.
It's like only dogs could hear that.
Hey, it's a mouse.
You been here? Been here a long time?
Yes, plenty of food.
Did you see all of this happen? Like all of the food appear?
I was in the kitchen, but I saw the last of it.
What did you see in the kitchen? Was there any scary people?
I saw this man. He was crying. Then another one came up and slapped him in the face, and then they both went back into the ball together.
Could you describe these people to me? Maybe some more cheese?
The little mouse holds out its little hand for more cheese.
Oh, okay. Playing it like this, so.
I'll tell you more for more cheese.
Shake it down. I'll give it a little bit more cheese. And I'll do a little whistle and just get Tiamat just to sort of come sit on my shoulder.
Whoa!
Not do anything.
Whoa!
Just to be there.
Who's that?
She's my friend. Don't worry. She won't do anything.
Friend?
Yeah, she's my friend.
Well, the guy that was crying, he had the outfit of, that guy over there.
And the little mouse points over to one of the servants. But without the mask on. And then, what of? I'm pretty sure it looked like you. Slapped him in the face and then told him to go back.
Like me?
Yeah.
Like
It only
skinny?
had 2 eyes. And you have 4.
My kin.
But yeah, it looked exactly like you.
Would this description ring a bell to me?
Of
anyone we may know?
roll a history check.
17.
That matches the description of you. Just without 4 eyes.
That is the most sarcastic answer.
The mouse is describing you, Rock Crusher. Is that better?
Was I there? Did I do that?
Well, I'll throw you a bone because you weren't there. The changelings were
Yeah.
shifting into the party members during the massacre. Some of them were. Yeah. So by the end of the fight, there was just a shitload of Virtues, Autos, and Rock Crushers on the board.
Gotcha. Oh, okay. Yeah, that was very strange. Have you got any friends around here? Any more, like, mice friends, rat friends?
Depends on what you offer them.
Cheese?
Yeah, that would work. I do.
Could you show me where they if you got a little den, a burrow?
Here, follow me. As the mouse starts to skitter off and like hop onto the railing of the staircase and start jumping up it.
I'll follow.
Okay, Rock Crusher follows the mouse. Otto, what would you like to do?
Seeing that there's nothing new in the room, I'm probably gonna go back upstairs. Have I seen any spirits between down there and coming up here?
Without a roll, I will say yes, definitely. Most of them mourning, some of them very angry. But you don't recognize any of them without a check.
Any of them catch my eye? Like, are any of them seem like they're like important at all? Or any that seem familiar?
Roll a perception check.
Okay. Gotta roll that checker. Is it perception?
Yes, sir.
Perception? Is that? That's persuasion, not perception. That's a soft 20.
In the ballroom, you do see some spirits. You actually see, now looking at them better, you see basically everyone that was at the party is still here. Whether that be like they're all trapped here or they just decided to be here, you don't know. So you do see the spirit of someone like Adam, and more importantly to me, at least, you see the spirit of Krista over by the food.
The moment Otto sees that dude is just immediate nope and just goes straight to Krista. Like, ooh. Sucks you're here. I wish you were in hell.
Let me grab her token. I should have made the ring of it blue because she's like dead or whatever. R.I.P. But it's fine. She's right there.
Off to Krista we go.
Walking over to Krista, it does not seem as though she's noticed you. Her back is facing towards you and she's facing towards the food.
Krista?
Ah! Oh. It's, you, the Otto, right?
Otto. Mm-hmm.
Yes. What's you are doing back here? Didn't think I'd see yous again.
Well, right now we're checking out the place to see if there's any clues or any evidence of, all this going down.
As you're talking to her, you see that her spirit, similar to how Seer shows some signs, you see that she has 6 bullet holes in the center of her chest that make a complete window through her body. Well, good luck with that, I guess. I'm sort of dead, so I can't help you.
I know. I'm I'm genuinely sorry.
Nothing you could do about it. You just put too much trust into peoples that you never knows is gonna shoot us in the back. Or in the chest.
I'll just go look around for a moment and then start telepathically speaking to Krista. If that's allowed. I don't remember if I could do that last time.
I'll allow it for
Okay.
now. I don't remember what I did last time, but
I don't remember either. I was like, dude, was it so? Anyways. Krista, can I ask you something really quickly? It's about Elena.
you see that she's sort of hesitant, but in the back of your head, you hear that sort of muffled, slightly off voice of a ghost that says, "Shoot."
Well, I'm gonna assume you're aware of. Elena was aware this was going to happen. She was there for the plan of this.
I just didn't know.
Well, she was. And she was fully aware you were here. I was wondering how close you guys were.
Make a persuasion check.
Yep. Now my fucking mouse pad doesn't want to work, jackass. That is a 26.
When you give someone the name of king, being a king of hearts, it means something. We was a family. I don't give that names out for nothing.
I imagine. What what did she do, or what gave you the trust to give her that name, especially since you hold it so close?
She was strong. She reminded me of someone special. She knew what she wanted, even if it's coded in a weird way. And she was gonna do whatever it took to get there. I thought that she would keep me safe in return, but I guess this city corrupts more than a family.
She was heartbroken when she heard the news.
What about me?
Mm-hmm.
I'd fucking hope so.
I'm gonna be open with you about this. She brought us to the shipment and quite literally backstabbed us. I had trust in her. It was taken advantage of, but I still had hope. And I hope you don't see me in a different light for this. I saved her in the moment, spoke with her, and let's just say Elena is not with the living.
That's a fucking weird way of saying that she's dead.
I'm not one to want to be straightforward about these things, and to be honest, I'm still not sure if doing what I did was right. But from my understanding, Elena did care, and it feels right to tell you. But I also need to know anything you know about what was going on with Elena, or anything she might have told you. Even if you think it's minor or just something not worth it, it might be. Because with Elena being in on this, she might have spilled something, at least to you, because you were one of her closest.
Yeah. Unfortunately, she knows I'm a gossiper. Hear one thing from me. You didn't, alright.
Mm-hmm.
But she was always this sort of special pet to Blackjack, you know. Just like that whatever the fuck it was with the governor. She sort of just was able to get through to him more often. Even Diamond, who technically was of a higher status than him, didn't know in as much as she did. He told her as much as she wanted. I don't know whether that's because he saw the same in her that he did in... It's the only thing I could think of, but she knew things that none of us would have known, not even Ace, who fucking created the place.
Okay. Hmm. I might have to have a chat with her. Hmm.
All right. We'll move over to Virtue.
Oh.
What you looking for?
I one have noticed these little tiny colored dots around. And seeing that there's more than one, I'm going to assume there might be something with them. I'm just gonna look at this general area along with this body with a pink and purple dot.
Mm-hmm.
But I will investigation.
Of course you may.
And what the fuck got all my dice? Get away. This is a 16.
A 16. With that, you see two things. You see that next to the piano on the floor next to the seat, there is another schedule for the ball. This one being more specific to the pianist of when to play, when to not, and when to run away. The other thing that you see is the fucking dead body that's next to the corpse. Blackjack's body is still there. The suit is still there. The mask is still on. The bleeding has stopped at this point, though it's still in a big-ass puddle. His body does not seem to have moved since then. Ask me a question.
Why did you say that so intimidatingly?
Ask me a question.
See, I'd like what I want to figure out if it was really him, but I'd like to take off the mask. I know it's not a question, but it might
If
help me
that's what
get
you would
one.
like to do,
Yes,
go for it.
I'll take off the mask.
You pull off the mask and you see a pale, very pale, maybe because he's dead, no idea, a very pale moon elf with short, dark hair. Can you make a medicine check for me?
18.
His ass is dead. That motherfucker is not
Yeah.
breathing.
I assumed that. Now for my question. Does he bear resemblance to anyone I know?
Roll a history check so I can know if you do or not.
Ooh! Finally, not a middle of the park road. Where? Okay. 22.
You do not recognize this moon elf at all. There's no defining markings on his body. There's no scars on his body. He seems to be... What age did I put in? He seems to be around your age, maybe a little bit older. I was going to say like late 20s, early 30s, but it's just not true. So like maybe around 110 to 140, somewhere around that range. But you don't have any memory of someone like this. Or of this person, I should say.
Doesn't bear any resemblance to anyone I know, right? Like, when I mean resemblance either would be like, say would be related to someone.
You know, I don't want to sound racist. Okay.
Look, I know we all look a little similar, but
Hey,
come on.
you said it, not me. You said it, not me.
That's like saying all elves look the same. Okay.
Okay, my fault. That's my bad. I'm sorry. I'll put my preconceived biases in check. My fault. Not really. Like, it's one of those things of like, you see someone at a family reunion and you're like, are you like my third cousin or are you just a stranger? Like, just that distant relative, like maybe, but if so, you have no shot of whether it is or not.
Okay. For my next curiosity, since I'm not going to be able to investigate it in my turn, I presume, but can I shoot myself over here? Not shoot myself, but just, new my way over here.
Sure,
use
you can start walking.
Okay.
Rock Crusher,
Yep.
you are following this mouse.
Yeah.
The little mouse leads you to the piano where you see them the piano's slightly open to help, the acoustics and whatnot, and you see the mouse jump up and sort of squirm and squeeze into the actual piano itself.
Yeah. I'll lift the top of the piano.
You see a small little family of about 4 other mice, all living basically in this piano. There's a tiny little piece of cotton that someone's using as a pillow. There's a little cloth that someone's using as a rug. It's pretty beautiful in there. This is my family!
Hello, mouse family.
Hi, sir. What do you want?
I was just wondering if you could tell me any information about what you've seen here in the past couple of days.
Oh, yeah, it's been kind of loud the past few days, but my stomach's also a bit empty the past few days, too.
Yes, I have some cheese.
A prepayment.
As the older, you're assuming dad mouse, holds out his hand.
Enough for the family.
It's got a little mustache.
Yeah.
Like, what is this, mafia mouse?
Yes, Italian mouse. I will pull a small piece of cheese out and give it to her. Is that Gouda enough for you?
Roll an animal handling check.
With advantage, because I made a pun.
Sure.
A cheese-related pun.
Yeah.
24.
So you want to hear more about the Swissuation? Well,
Oh, yeah, good.
being in this piano, you hear a lot. What exactly do you want to know?
Ask me a question.
Before all of these people got here, or what's left of these people got here, did you see anyone sort of coming around the hall? Maybe probably during the night, the day before, maybe early in the morning?
Plenty of people. They've been here for a while, actually. Specifically that guy.
As he sort of crawls over and points at the guy that Virtue has unmasked now, that's lying down on the floor.
Okay.
They're always around. There were a bunch of people in here with this big chest. They took it down to somewhere over there. I didn't want to follow them. They always were talking about make sure you wait until the shot. Or something like that.
Whereabouts is Dad Mouse pointing?
He's pointing down to where the shipment was. It's down the hall to the left in a wine cellar. Technically, you've quote-unquote been there and seen the chest already.
Okay. Did you see anyone, like, get up after all this happened, once all the lights had gone off and everyone had left? Did anyone not stay dead?
Not stay dead. Well, there was this weird thing that happened with a few of them. They all sort of, got up, but they used their hands as their feet. And they started walking around and combined into one. And then became all white and then ran. Out that way.
And he points towards the hole that you escaped from originally, which is over here.
That is very important and good to know.
There were also a few people that were anxious. They were like, oh, should we have done that? Are we gonna do this? They always say yes, though. When the big guy starts yelling at them.
Did you see much of this big guy?
Yeah, it was him.
The person that's dead on the ground. The same guy. That's in the blackjack suit.
Is that the one Virtue's looking at?
Yeah, the one that Virtue looked at previously.
He wanted him to do it. Couldn't tell you why, though.
Oh, fair enough. I think that's the questions I wanted to ask you, but if I think of anything else, I will come back with more cheese.
Please do. I'd try to see you again.
I will, reach into my bag and just take out a big chunk of cheese, maybe like a fist-size lump of cheese.
They all go,
Whoa! Eureka!
as they start fucking mowing at that thing.
Thank you, sir!
And tell your friends if they ever need any cheese in exchange for some information. They can give me a call.
Will do.
I'm trying to make an underground spy network of rodents.
What should we call you, sir?
Just Rock Rusher. Rock Rusher will do. I was trying to think of some sort of cool pseudonym. But no, just call me Rock Rusher. That's my name.
Sounds good to me. So I'm writing in my notes, Rock Crusher has an underground mice network for communication.
Let me just ask my guys.
All right, Otto!
I'll make my way back over to Virtue.
Hello there.
Howdy.
Otto!
I completely forgot I was muted. I was yapping as. I'm trying to think. So after done yapping with Krista, I want to check the dead guy to see if there's his spirit still wandering, if at all.
Which dead guy?
So,
There's a few.
The blackjack. What we thought was blackjack. Where
Oh,
Virtue was earlier. I
make
think it was right here near the piano, question mark?
yeah, make a perception check.
I mean, I can't really see his face, so I'm gonna just have to guess
Ouch.
this one.
Going off stent.
Perception?
Yes, sir.
18.
You do not see the spirit of Blackjack around.
Damn. Most likely gonna go back to the others then. Meow. Hello.
All right. Anything else you want to investigate, Otto?
No, not at the top of my head, because I don't want to talk to Adam.
Gotcha. Virtue,
Yes.
where you going? What you doing? I will say,
So,
with your passive perception, just a little thing for you. You hear some sort of like shuffling movement under one of the tables in like this area over here and whatnot. But where are you going? What you doing?
I was gonna say, would it be possible for me to nab whatever this yellow thing is without an extensive roll so I can still do more things?
Sure.
Yeah.
That is a piece of paper that is on the table. And I'm going to DM you what it says. Making sure there's no grammatical errors or that would be embarrassing. All right.
I'll
There
judge
you go.
every single one. Oh. Okay. Suppose walking over here, hearing, the scuffling, like, does it sound small?
Make a
Big.
perception check.
That is. I got 12, but I have a plus 10, so it's 22.
Fuck no. Sounds like a whole ass person.
Oh, I guess I'll warily, like, you said it's under the table, so I'm gonna, like, warily, like, bend down to, like, see if I could see something movement.
You bend down and you can see that under one of the table that's marked, there's a pair of legs
Table that's marked.
that are crouched. There's one.
That one, okay. She's just being like, oh. I see you under there?
You see the legs go very still.
Yes, you.
They stay still. fine, you got me. As you see,
Didn't even
you
need to
hear
do
a
anything.
you hear a loud bump from under the table as his back hits the back of the table. You hear, ow, ow, as
What the fuck?
this little, I'm not gonna say little because it's a normal sized person, but you see this guy, this human guy, crawl from underneath the table and up. You see that he's dressed in a formal attire, a dress that is different from the other servants. He doesn't have any weaponry on him. He has the white gloves, something very similar to like a welcome guest or like a bellboy would wear, something like that. Let me pull him up. Let me grab him. As he like quickly scuttles up from under the chair. He has darker skin and you assumed what used to be well-tamed hair, but after what has happened, obviously it's not very tame anymore. And this guy just pops up very, very scared. And you see Diamond turn around and he looks over to her and he immediately screams and starts to scuttle back under the table. You get away from me! You get away from me!
What the fuck?
Okay, now hold on. No one's going to hurt you.
No, fuck that! That motherfucker right there is going to hurt me!
Pointing at me.
No,
Which one?
He's pointing past all three of you towards Diamond that's over in the corner.
Is Diamond even looking over here? Well, obviously he's making a lot
Yeah.
of fucking noise.
She's looking
Feel
over there
like-
now.
Like, Virtue kind of like gonna turn and look at Diamond, kind of like put a finger up, just like, one moment. And then I'm gonna like kneel down and kind of like lift up the cloth so that he could see me.
You see he's using his hands to cover his eyes, but then he's looking at you in between his fingers.
Don't worry. No one's going to hurt you. But you are a witness. And I'm gonna need to know what you know.
You hear from behind you Diamond say, Danny? As Danny jumps up again, banging his back against the table again. Oh, shit. It's nice to see you again. Yeah, sure.
Okay, how do you know each other?
He looks like he's about to start bursting into tears.
Danny,
no, is he crying?
That bitch is sobbing. I could just say that.
Jesus Christ, dude.
She tried to kill me once.
Okay. She's not here to kill you now.
I
We're
didn't
just
try
trying
to kill you, Danny. It was Tag. I felt like my life was in danger. I couldn't handle it. I can't handle it now.
You were that good at tag? Jesus Christ.
What did you do? Did you tackle him?
Tie him to a tree or something?
It's Tag. You're supposed to go all in or all out. Oh, yeah.
But what did you do to him to terrify him? Like, were you jumping buildings and stuff and just dove on him? Like, he's sobbing. I can hear him
dear.
crying his heart out. I can't even see his face, and I'm pretty sure it's just...
Danny, was it?
Yeah.
We're trying not to laugh at him.
She won't hurt you. I'll make sure of that. You're completely safe. But as I said before, you are a witness to, this. You're like gonna motion around. And I would really appreciate if you could help us. We're trying to figure out what really happened here.
Roll a persuasion check.
Bardic inspiration.
As he's crying, can Otto, like, pull out Arrow and just, like, cautiously hand it over and be like, here you go. Use this cat as, like, an emotional support for a bit. Like, just...
Yeah. I'm just scared of cats. You took away from me.
You're scared of cats? not scared of.
It sees that
How are you here?
as he's backing away from the cat, he starts clinging on to your leg, and he seems much more able to talk to you because of that. Okay. Okay. Okay.
All right. Okay, all of you, just back up. Don't even look at him. Just
I can't.
just
But
back. Don't even look in his direction.
yes, tell the blind person to don't look at him.
Oh, you can look away. You know where he is. All right. So, all right, sweetheart. Now I have to ask, from your attire, are you a bellboy?
He's trying to wipe away his face. Uh-huh. Yeah.
Okay. What do you know with what happened here?
Well, when I took the coat of one of these guys, I was putting it back and I overheard one of them talking about a speech or something like that. And so I hid in the closet while it happened, and then after I came in here, and then I got trapped because I got scared and I saw that thing running out the window and I didn't want to handle it, didn't want to do it, and I got scared, so I hid at the table.
What was the thing that was going out the window?
I think that might have been a corrosion.
The
My
big thing.
informants told me.
Big, white, goopy.
Yeah, like
Okay.
that. They looked kind of human still. They had clothes on. There's multiple legs, multiple arms. Oh my god, I'm so scared. They tried to suck me in. They tried to take my coat. I love my coat.
It's a very nice coat.
Thank you.
Thank you. Um, and do you know anything about someone named Arena?
You see that he looks over to you, kind of a bit shocked. What?
Arena?
Well, yeah. I guess no one ever believes me when I tell them anything.
Well, how about this? I'll tell you a little something about myself. Arena is my sister, and I'd really appreciate if you could help me find her. If you could tell me anything you know.
Oh. Well, as he finally notices kind of how embarrassing this is and like wipes away his tears and comes out from under the table, still a few steps away from Arrow and Tiamat if he's still on your shoulder. I grew up in the same orphanage that Arena disappeared at. I had my own room because I've been known to sleepwalk, and so they wanted to lock me in there, but not having to worry about another boy having to be locked in there too. Then I found out that I was a sleep lock picker. How strange is that?
That's talent.
Thank you. Every once in a while, in a dream, I'd hear these strange noises from the walls, like, things like that. And in one of the specific dreams, I felt like I was in the room with a demon. In this strange stone room with weird symbols on the walls. I know I was still in the orphanage. They'd shoot me down if I ever left, but I didn't look like the orphanage. But after every dream, I heard the same words over and over again. Find the virtue of hope, Arena. Find the virtue of hope, Arena. Find the virtue of hope, Arena, every single time.
Hey, wait a second.
How well do you remember these symbols?
I mean, I was a kid. Very, very, like 20 years ago. If I had like a picture, I could tell you if I saw it or not.
Okay. Right. So just confirm, you said it was a stone room with symbols, and you said that it wasn't in the orphanage?
It had to be. I just assumed in all of my dreams they're my sleepwalks, but if I ever were to leave the premises of the orphanage, then I'd be done for. Probably be executed. So I couldn't have left.
So you believe this stone room was in the orphanage?
Yeah,
Oh,
somewhere
okay.
in there.
Which one? Which orphanage was it?
Um, it's that one that's in the middle of that crook in the river. The one that they like made the moat be a thing that inherently kept kids from not escaping. So they didn't let them swim in order to like, escape. I think they put a barbed wire fence around it now.
They put a moat around an orphanage.
Well, it was like a natural moat. I think the river was there before the orphanage, but they put the orphanage there. The kids call it a castle, but I don't think it's a castle. I can't swim and I almost drowned like 4 times.
Fair enough.
Oh, thank you. Very helpful. How about if you want, you can go back under that table, and I'm going to.
Before you finish, he's under the table.
Okay. Gonna start walking over the gate.
Is that dude just gonna stay there for the rest of his life?
Walk over to Cadence, and I'm gonna tell her what was said to me about the Find the Virtue of Hope arena and stone room symbols possibly at the orphanage.
That's quite strange. We were friends when we grew up in there together, but I can't remember any stone walls. I wasn't there for too long, but all I remember was it being strange. All these people around that weren't kids or caretakers, but nothing with stone walls and symbols. Unless he means the shitty drawings on the walls.
Was there a basement or?
If there was, we were never allowed in. Some of the kids always had the rumors about it. I think I got close to an area, it might have been once, but I don't remember much from before I was adopted. I do remember the smell, though.
What was that?
Rotten.
I think we should probably check there. Seems to be our only lead at this point. Even if it sounds a little crazy.
Yeah.
There have been crazier things.
Oh, yes. Also, apparently the corrosion went out of that window.
Well,
So there might be a corrosion lingering around the town.
I'm sure it doesn't look enough like a changeling where they'll think it's a changeling that's gone crazy. Maybe.
You know, they'll somehow spin it to look like that.
Yes. Well, let's hope we can get the press on our side before anything else happens.
That's what, at least have a counterpoint. Alright. Do you think we should just go straight to that orphanage, or? I mean,
don't see
okay,
why not.
question, Claire. With the direction of the orphanage, does that also somewhat in line of where the spades were?
Purely
Or
because
is
of
it
the
in, like,
fact that they are both along the river, you know that generally they're close-ish. You personally have never been, I don't believe, unless I'm getting my timeline wrong, you have not been to this orphanage.
I know I was part of an orphanage, but I'm not sure if it was that one.
I don't believe it was. You know where it is, and so you can like roll a survival check. How about that? See if you can get your distancing right.
Ooh, that's a good roll. 28.
You remember that they generally try to put orphanages around a little bit less of the city so that your bias, not mine, so that they can indoctrinate them better without seeing the rest of the city. You remember vaguely them talking about how everything looked beautiful, the people were so kind and nice, and then as soon as was unleashed into the world, it was not. So you do believe that they're both close enough to where there's very little buildings. You could say that they're about like 10, 15 minutes apart from each other, but on the same river. So that's nice.
Okay. Yeah, that is nice because it means we could go there and then hit the spades on our way back.
You could.
Like that. Okay. Uh, there's another note and there's another that, but I also want to go.
If you guys want to keep investigating, go for it.
Honestly, the only two things I want to investigate is another, there's another little piece right there. And yeah, there's, I don't know why it's gold.
Actually, that's orange.
It's burnt orange. It's burnt sienna.
Shit, my fault.
Okay. The orange
it
and
was
the
your
cyan.
turn before. Actually, at this point, I'd say it's Rock Crusher's turn if he wants to do
Yeah.
any more investigating.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Otto?
I'm set.
Well, then look at that. Back to you.
Investigating to my heart desires. Whoop.
No, I didn't say that.
We'll be fast if we don't have to do a whole turn cycle.
You see that this is where kind of the picture's kind of wrong. The instruments that used to be there from the musicians are now gone. All but one of them. One of them seems to have been left behind. You see that it is a harp of some kind. It seems to be more than just a normal harp, is what I can say without a roll.
Can I roll?
Roll an Arcana check.
Damn. Okay. 31.
You said damn to that? Oh, I didn't. Did you say damn as in it's really bad or really good?
Really? I said damn because I rolled 2 18s in a row.
Lucky for you.
You
I know.
recognize this from searching your encyclopedia in your head, that this is a harp of discord. A magical harp
Discord.
that can tune people's emotions.
If only we had a bard in the party.
I mean, I do know how to play a harp.
Yeah, but you're not a bard, so,
Does it state that it has to be a bard?
I'll just yoink that.
Yoink.
I can send you the
Yoink.
link. I didn't find it on D&D Beyond because I didn't care, but this is the website that I used. There you go. There's your magic harp of discord.
And then this thing.
Okay. Virtue, you would recognize this the most out of everybody. This is the corpse of the man, woman, whoever the fuck that fired the first shot. You remember that from your moment to think.
Oh. You know what? I want to search this person.
Roll an investigation check.
It would have been hella
16.
funny if Richard was just like, Otto, do you see the spirit of this person right here? This dead one?
I will give you a warning. You'll
16.
need to roll really high. Ask me a question.
Well, a lot of the people had like notes and schedules. I'm looking for any damning evidence that this was something pre-planned. So does he have a note,
He seems to have a note on him, some sort of writing, though with the investigation that you rolled, you're having a hard time understanding exactly what it means. It seems to be a bunch of legal jargon to you.
Cadence? Cadence, could you come here for a moment?
She comes over.
Do you know what this means? I'm gonna show her the note.
Oh, those are very reminiscent of the legislative notes that I would get whenever I had a target. As she starts pointing out towards it. This is the decree right here, and it points and it says fire at will. All of this is under the conditions of it, and it's really small fine print, really cursive, very, very official looking document. And then right here at the bottom should be, yes, then that is the person that signed off on it. And you see that it's some sort of almost doctor note kind of signature of a man that probably didn't really give a shit about making a neat signature.
Do you know his signature? Because I definitely do not.
I do not recognize it as anyone that I have worked with personally. I do know that there were a few people in the government that didn't really care about the formalities. That's probably who it was.
Right. And just for lulz, can I take off? Does this person have a mask? Or
They do.
yoink? Unmasking this bitch.
You take off off the mask to see a changeling boy
Oh,
around the age roughly of 14.
thank you. Okay. Um, I think and just to note, this blue dot right here was just marking the table that he was under, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Um, all right. I think I'm good.
Are you all?
Not very good for a press. It actually was a changeling that shot, but damn,
Well,
it wasn't gonna worth it.
is that all you all would like to investigate?
I believe so.
Yeah.
All right. Now I ask you, where are you headed off to next?
The orphanage.
Yeah?
The orphanage? Just need a verbal so that everyone agrees.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna throw it out there. Do we want to try and see if we can find a Kai first, assuming that the orphanage is just gonna be like a stealth mission, trying to find a basement, yada
Well,
yada. Well, a Kai is a living person that we know is in the spades.
I feel like I'm kind of leaning a little more on a Kai because there's a good chance we'll be at a time limit, and Kai could be dead or alive by the time we get there. Let's be honest.
well, if Virtue has the right spells, being dead isn't necessarily a prohibitive state.
It is if we need a journalist.
Unless we have him speak to us as we write down everything. Which doesn't sound like a good idea, so let's not do that.
I personally think, because there is a life at stake, quite possibly, that it might be a better idea to try and see if we can find a Kai.
But we already saved a life today. Let's fill the quota.
God damn.
I say
There's a
we go to
quota?
Kai.
Yeah,
You know what? Why don't I do this?
we've got a business to run.
I want to use
Mhm.
sending.
Oh,
Are you about to go
And
ask
I
Gates?
you can do that.
no, yeah, I have sending, and I actually would want to see. This is going to be a proving point if a Kai is alive.
Does it tell you if the person's dead or not?
Well, if they
Or
don't
just go-
respond.
Well, they can choose
I
not.
mean, that too, and also the fact they could be unconscious. That's not going to give much information.
Yeah, so you send a short message of 25 words or fewer to a creature that you have met or was described to you. It hears the message in its mind and recognizes you as a sender, and it can answer in a like manner immediately. The spelling enables targets to understand the meaning of your messages. You can send the message across any distance and even to other planes of existence, but if the target is on a different plane than you, there's a 5% chance that the message doesn't arrive. You know if the delivery fails. So if it fails, I'll know. So if I'm trying to do a sending to a dead body and it fails, that will either mean he's dead or he's in a different realm.
If he's in a different realm, like, there's nothing we can really do.
Yeah.
Well, what 25 words are you saying to him? 25 words or less, I guess.
Are you alive? Where are you?
Yeah, I want to say it probably would
Are you
be
safe?
best. Yeah. Are you alive?
Well, actually, you don't say that because we'll know
Yeah.
he's not alive.
Like, I'm gonna say, like, how should I put this? Probably, where are you? Oh,
Are you
they already
safe?
know where I am. Yeah, where are you? Are you safe?
Make sure you identify yourself as well. So,
Well, they know who I am.
yeah, but it helps to say.
Comfort, bruh.
This
Holy.
is virtue. This is virtue. Where are you? Are you safe? And do you need us to go help you?
Do you need it? Do you want me?
Is that it?
Side eye. Yes, I think that gets what I need across.
Okay. Virtue, what does it look like when you're sending a message to someone?
What is the? Is there components? A copper wire. Why is there a copper?
Telephone line?
Whatever. I'd say kind of similar to when like Virtue has, say, prayed in the past or tried to contact, other worldly beings. Probably would just be a moment of like standing still, like closing her eyes, putting her hands together, not in a praying position, but just like holding her hands together. And focusing on sending that message across.
Okay. You sit there waiting a little bit for a message, a little bit longer than you're used to waiting. However, you do get a response. You hear I'm just going to hope this is less than 25 words. They found out I was right in the spades. They plan to execute me this afternoon.
Well, looks like we're gonna be getting him.
There we go. That's sorted.
I kind of want. I really wish you kind of ask how they're gonna execute him, because it's like gonna be hanged by the gallows, gonna be
Oh, did he
head
did he say,
removed,
did he say where he was?
In the spades.
spades.
Okay. Well, let's go.
I'd probably be executed in there, I'm not gonna lie. So, yeah, let's...
Yeah, unless
Oh,
it's either
what
in
is
there
this
or if you're
afternoon?
gonna-
How long ago is afternoon?
What time is it?
It's fairly morning, isn't it?
Yeah, it was morning. This is the first thing that you did today after eating breakfast, and so it's probably around like early noon.
So to the spades we go.
We have to haul ass.
We are gonna
Haul
haul ass, yes.
And
And whole ass we do.
and you will haul ass into next fucking week.
Thank
as
God.
we end session 24, The Virtue of Hope.